On this episode of It's Deeper Than Code, we're joined by Brendan Boyd, a powerhouse in the world of podcast guesting. Brenda's transformed his business by leveraging podcast appearances, and today he's breaking down why guesting is one of the most underrated growth strategies. From niche targeting to borrowing credibility from established hosts, Brendan shares why podcast guesting delivers long-lasting value that social media and paid ads can't match. He'll also share his personal playbook for landing interviews, how to prep like a pro, and the secret to turning podcast spots into real leads. Tune in as Brendan reveals how podcast guesting isn't just for influencers, it's a game-changing strategy for anyone looking to build authority and grow their business. Hosted by Big Poppa Code, with co-host Chrissy Todd, recorded live at Pod Central in Stockbridge, Georgia. This is season 4 of It's Deeper Than Code, and this is Brendan Boyd.
Check me. It's deeper than code. Yeah.
So you've mentioned that podcast guesting is one of the best but most underrated form. Like, why is that?
As far as a host or a guest?
As a host.
As
a guest. Let's
okay,
do guest first.
So as a guest, it's underrated because, so I'll give you an example. So I flew in today. I went to get some, I'm plant-based. So I went to a vegan restaurant, right? And the owner, she talking about she wants to do all this expansion and she about to tear this wall down because she wants to add this other just like pickup service and all that stuff because she wants clients.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, cool. What marketing have you done? Oh, I haven't done no marketing. Okay.
Oh, okay.
You need to get in front of people. So naturally, I gave her 3 strategies to help her get in front of people. So one was, I'm like, yo, you should reach out to every food blogger in Atlanta, have them come through, give them some free food content. Next thing you should do, your spot was 12 minutes from the airport. That's why I'm here, and I'm playing bass. You need to connect with food bloggers outside of Atlanta. So when they come in Atlanta, they can stop by you 12 minutes from the airport. They can document and they can make content. Listen, if you go to Atlanta, you want some plant-based food, vegan food, only 12 minutes from the airport, this spot. And I was like, who's the most popular plant-based owner in Atlanta? She like Pinky. I'm like, all right, so you need to Google every podcast Pinky's been on, every press run she's been on, and run the exact same play. She's trying to expand because she think, if I add this little pick up and go, I'm gonna get more business. No, you need to get in front of people.
Yeah.
I get in the Uber, randomly, same thing. So this lady's like, I'm from Sweden. I've been here for 4 years. I want to be a speaker. So I'm like, who knows you speak? You know what I'm saying? Everybody got the same problem, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to do the things that they want to do, but they don't want to actually do the work that's going to lead to the thing that they want. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They want people to buy their thing. They want to help people with a particular service, but they don't want to do no marketing. So this is the work. I'm doing the work right now.
Absolutely.
You need to get in front of people as many as possible. And by leveraging podcasts, what's great about this is some people have this thing where, like, as soon as the camera comes on or as soon as there's a person, they forget what they do for some reason, right? Mm-hmm. But they help people. They've been helping people for years do the thing that they do. Getting on a podcast is easy because you're asking me questions that are more so catered to what I got going on. So now that individual is going to answer those questions naturally without the pressure of what do I say? How do I say it? Am I speaking this way? Am I coming off this way? They can be themselves and then take that content, chop it up, clip it up, and redistribute it across all of the platforms with a CTA. Plus, y'all are the hosts. So if I got something that makes sense and it's an affiliate, I can make y'all affiliates. We can make money together. I don't even got to be here no more. Mm-hmm. Now I just gave y'all a free product. Y'all don't got to do no customer service, no sales, no delivery. You just got to register as an affiliate, either put my commercial in feature episodes or put the links in the description. We making money together. So somebody ran that play while you getting on a podcast. You turn the host into affiliate partners. Now y'all making money together. Most likely you're going to want me to come back. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn, we're making money off the thing. Yeah, I know. You ain't doing nothing, right? Well, keep promoting it, right? So, You do that. And then on the way here, another business owner. So everyone has the same problem, right? They want to sell more, but they don't want to get on podcasts or they haven't thought about getting on podcasts or the power or the importance. And a lot of people are cheap. They want people to buy the stuff that they have, but they don't want to invest in exposure. They don't want to pay for ads. They don't want to pay for a podcast. So I'll give you an example. And I don't even know why this is true. So, and we can talk about this in detail, but I'll just kind of give the summary. So I'm doing a live podcast, right? So the summary is basically there's 100 people in the audience, 100 plus people in the audience, right? And this funding individual wanted to be a guest. So I said, it's $10K to be a guest, right? He does funding. So that means you get people money. That means you got some money because you help people get funding. So he's like, oh, the $10K is too expensive. I'm like, bro, you do funding. So you about to use other people's money. You could use other people's money to get in front of 100 people in real time to help them get funding. So even if you suck at sales and you close 10%, that's 10 people. If you help 10 people get $25K, that's 10%. That's 2,500. 2,500 times 10 is 25,000. You made your money back. So how's that? You know what I'm saying? So people are thinking, oh, I'm spending money. This is an expense. When it's an investment in your personal brand, it's an investment. I would pay $50,000 to get in front of 100 people because I got $25,000 products, or I got $10,000 products or $5,000 products. Or even if I had a $1,000 product, if I get all of the data, even if 10% of people buy it, I made $10K. I can follow with the other 90 and make more money. People got it backwards. They need to be investing in exposure. If you sold 1, 2, or 10 products or services already, you're good. That means you have a case study. People are going to buy your stuff. Yeah. So not saying that you don't need to get better, but you need more exposure. You can get better and get exposure simultaneously. People got it confused. So getting on podcasts or utilizing podcast guesting is a no-brainer because it edifies you. It makes you an expert. 9 times out of 10, whatever industry you're in, you're probably going to be in the top percentile of know, like, trust, because there's not going to be another insurance person running on crazy podcasts. There's not going to be another tax person going on crazy podcasts. You're going to stand out.
Absolutely.
And then if you have a redistribution strategy, it's game over. I know we came in hot.
Yeah, we definitely did.
Definitely.
We coming in hot.
Wait, what got you started into the world of podcasting?
That's a really good question. So, a friend of mine from home, his name is David Hill.
Where's home?
Boston.
Okay.
So I don't know. I take Imperfect Action. That's the name of my company, Imperfect Action Media, right? So he was like, yo, bro, you should vlog. I don't even know where this came from. He's like, bro, everybody's been blogging. Casey Neistat, he vlogs, you should vlog. So I'm like, all right, let's go to Best Buy. I bought a camera. My first camera that I actually purchased was a Canon M50. It was a white one because, the aesthetics is important. So I had to get the white one. You know what I'm saying? So I get the camera, and then I'm in real estate at the time. So to me, it made sense. Okay, I'm gonna do these vlogs, but I'm gonna actually interview people as well. But I wasn't doing a podcast. I was doing like interviews on YouTube because it didn't dawn on me that it could be a podcast. But I was using the interviews as leverage to connect with people in the world of real estate that I wanted to talk to. And then I started to notice a pattern. Everyone said yes, right? So if it was someone that owned a house, if it was a mortgage broker, you know what I'm saying? If it was a banker, a title person, or if it was just an entrepreneur or you know what I'm saying, let's say a millionaire in the space. Everyone that I couldn't reach before all said yes now, just because I had this camera and I gave them the opportunity to talk about who they were and what they did. And I could ask them whatever I want. And they was telling me everything. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, pattern. No one was saying no. I think I asked like my first 100 people and they're always like, yeah. I don't think I got a no until I got to LA when I moved like a year later. And the no wasn't they didn't want to do it. The no was just like, they just needed some time. It was like scheduling.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, everybody's saying yeah to this, you know? So once I moved to, when I moved to LA, that's when I was like, oh, I think this is a podcast. So then I started putting the episodes on the audio side. You know what I'm saying? So that's how getting in podcast started. I was using strategically to meet people, which I think that's a big missed opportunity for people. Like a lot of people just want to have conversations. Nah, bro, if you want to be a millionaire, interview a millionaire in the space that you want to. If you want to be a restaurateur, interview restaurateurs. And I got a whole strategy how that can make you money too. You know, so to me, I was just like, there's something here. I had did my last real estate deal and I was kind of fed up, not with doing real estate, but because I started to learn the value of my time. And it's crazy because when I was doing residential real estate, I thought I had time. But when you start getting into these deals, you be like, damn, this deal took six months. So my last deal took 6 months, right? And I was licensed in Massachusetts and California at the time. I wanted to be on my $1 million listing thing. And I did actually do like I produced my own $1 million listing type show on YouTube. So there's like 5 episodes.
Oh, dope.
Of that exists. So a friend of mine was like, yo, I got a referral for you. So, you know, I went there, got the referral. It was a layup. This never happens. I showed him one house. He was like, that's the house. That joint never happens. But the house was in Salton Sea, which is about almost 3 hours outside of LA. So I drive out there. He drive out there with his mom, see the house. He's like, this is the one I want. The house is overvalued by like $30,000. It's on the market for over a year. The seller don't want to come down to what it should be priced at. So long story short, we put in an offer, it's not accepted, deal falls through. It comes back together because he's emotionally tied to the house for his mom's. So it took 6 months to consummate the deal. I went out there 2 times. So it's 3, 6, 9, 12 hours in the car. Plus I had to do the deal and save the deal on the phone, right? And the commission was $6,000. Now it's not about the $6,000 commission at all. Because some may be like, yo, that's a lot. But it's really not a lot when you add in the time. So I was like, yo, this is the last real estate deal I'm going to do. So I stopped doing real estate like that. And I was an agent in Massachusetts, California for 8 years. And I went 100% into personal development. And then I got a coach. So I didn't know what I didn't know, but I knew this wasn't it for me anymore.
Yeah.
Even though I was having 10K, 20K, and 30K months, it was like this. Right. But my time was being robbed. Mm-hmm. So I just went crazy into the coaching. And then my eyes was open. I was introduced to things I never seen or heard or experienced before. And it just 100% changed my perspective and then turned me into this podcast dog. You know what I'm saying?
I love that.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So wait, so you got a coach, and then you started coaching as well after that? Like they coach you on?
Yeah, so it didn't happen right away. So I'll tell you, the first coach I bought, the first program that I bought, first coach that I got, the program doesn't exist anymore. But I think it was called Wake Up Wealthy. And it was just a mindset program, just a mindset.
Okay.
I remember it cost $5K. And I was like, damn, how am I going to pay for this? You know what I'm saying? So I had to do a payment plan. So I put some money down, and then I think it was like 3 months after that. But the whole thing was just mindset. It had to, just get you in a mind frame that, you could wake up wealthy or just see things differently. You had to unlearn what you already knew and then relearn something new. That's what that was about. Once I got out of that, then I'm like, who can I learn from? And then the first coach that I invested in, I had bought like a Ravi Avavala course, and then I had gotten to a program with Neo, and then that getting into the program with Neo, and shout out to my guy Dion, that shifted my perspective. Because when I was in the Neo program, well, before I got into the Neo program, I went to a live event that he had. I seen Myron close $3 million from the stage. You know what I'm saying? And Neo's talking about, yo, a lot of y'all don't really want to make more money because y'all ain't doing the most obvious thing, which is double your price. So just double your price right now. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, that makes sense, right?
Yeah, it does.
that makes sense. So I actually, I had a client call that was scheduled for the same day, ironically. And then I was on the phone. I knew he was going to re-up, you know what I'm saying? But I just doubled the price on the phone. I was like, yo, bro, it's going to be, like at that time I started coaching. And I had a product that was $5K, and I had just changed it to $7,500 because I think I closed like 30 deals, you know what I'm saying? Over the course of maybe like 4 months or something. I was like, I'm going to ask for 75. I'm gonna just raise this up 2,500. Then I went to this one. He talking about double the price. I'm like, yo, so listen, bro, it's 15. And he was like, all right. I was like, all right, so $9K down, we can do a payment plan for the 6. He was like, okay. He sent me the $9K. I was like, yo, this is on now. I was like, yo, this is different. You know, like it would have took me, 2 calls. I don't know if it would have took me 2 calls, but it would have took me at the minimum maybe 15 or 20 conversations to close 2 deals because I wasn't that great at sales back then. But on one, I made $15,000. So just being in different environments, that's why people don't understand money. Like money ain't to hold on to. It's not even worth nothing. Money is to be circulated to get you into places that it's going to take you much longer to get into if you're trying to like hold on to it. You can't can you hold on to oxygen?
No.
Isn't oxygen in abundance?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Money the same thing. If you rich, I'm rich, he rich, and you rich, we all rich.
Right.
Right? So we can all be rich. And then if there's people outside, they can all be rich too. Because you can't take all the oxygen. Neither can you, neither can I. You can't take all the oxygen, right?
No.
So that means it's in abundance. So I'm like, this makes sense to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's the issue. Like most people think that, nah, I don't want to spend the money. You need to spend the money. Honestly, I think it's okay to get scammed.
What you mean?
I'm going to break it down.
Yeah.
This is why I think it's okay to get scammed. I think because that's how you're going to learn. First of all, you got to understand there's a cost to be doing business. Every business deal ain't going to go right. Even when a business deal go right, it can still go wrong. You can have a very successful business and then lose a friend. You can lose a friend and then have a very successful business. You can have a very successul business and then your family members hate on you. You know what I'm saying? Michael Beasley he was a multimillionaire in the NBA and his family was stealing from him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I say I feel like it's okay to get scammed because that's how you're going to learn. If you try to be cautious and do things the right way, 1, you're never going to get there. 2, you're never going to learn anything. And 3, you're always going to be cautious. People become wealthy because they take risks, right? Mark Zuckerberg had a reel that went out. He was like, the difference between a successful entrepreneur and ones that are not successful is because a successful entrepreneur, they take risks. They understand what their risk tolerance is, and they continue to take risks.
Mm-hmm.
That's why kids, you know what I'm saying, or even a younger generation, look at like if you got nieces or nephews or you got a son or a daughter that are young kids, they doing whatever because their risk tolerance is high. They're not worried about the consequences if they get hurt.
No fear.
They can do, you know what I'm saying? So now the young generation that's online, they're not afraid. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So that's how you become successful. You got to understand there's no failure. You got to understand business and you got to be willing to back up what you're going to put your money into. So if I get scammed, I'm like, okay, that didn't work. But did it not work because this person just wasn't a good, credible person? Or did I not work because I didn't really execute on the information? Or did he or she not really give me the support? But you won't know if you just hold on to the money trying to figure out the best option. And do you actually lose time? I'd rather get scammed than lose time.
Absolutely. That's more important. Or
100%.
Yeah. No.
You know
it
what I'm
costs
saying?
more.
Definitely.
My time. Well, let's go back to podcasting because I have a question. So if someone was new to the whole like being a podcast guest, what's the like do's and don'ts? What's the blueprint for you?
All right, so the number one thing is this. If you don't have nothing to sell, don't go on a podcast. It's a waste of time. Unless you're just trying to build your personal brand, which you still need something at the end, which could be some type of CTA. A lot of people just want the lights and the cameras. They want to be, but they don't really got nothing. There's no real depth to it. So number one, you need to have a call to action. I would suggest that person has a product or service, but at the minimum, at least go collect name, numbers, and emails. Like have something to give away for free. So you need a CTA. Second of all, you need to somewhat know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So I would say y'all probably agree that I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty confident in what I'm saying. Like it sounds like, I got a little bit of competency. You know what I'm saying? In this space, right? So someone needs to know what they're talking about. Or be doing the work to know what they're talking about. Third, I would say they need to know 4 to 6 things that they're going to get off or what to discuss. I came here for a mission. I came here to help people to know that you can monetize with the pod, that you should be getting exposure, that you should be investing in yourself. Like whatever your things are, you need to have 4 or 6 things that I'm getting off no matter what. And if the hosts don't ask me, I'm interrupting them because this is the time I have, this short window. I'm creating content with them. I need to get it off.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth, they need to understand that you're actually creating content. So it's important for you to navigate the space. I'm thinking about, oh, okay, that could be a clip. This could be a clip. That could be a clip. Okay, this could be a clip. I gotta say this. I gotta say this way, right? Because now you have the content. When it goes to putting it out, you know that you got some valuable pieces of content or some valuable places within the pod that can be your reels, right? Fifth, everyone shouldn't rely on just big shows. You got to understand, if I want know, like, and trust, I want to get on as many podcasts as possible because it's going to help with exposure. It's going to help with potential collaborations. We talked about affiliates. And then I'm going to get better at speaking. I think that's one of the biggest things people forget about. You get better at speaking. If you get better at speaking, you can better articulate your point. You could work on how to say things, where to say things. You know, it's like practice. Like, okay, I got this new thing I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say it on this show. Like, I'm gonna see how the host react. Like, it's a sport in a sense. Mm-hmm. So if you don't got that minimum and you don't have a back end strategy, it doesn't make sense. Yeah. You might as well just stay home and do the fake podcast. And there's nothing wrong with that because that hits too. But even if you do that, you still got to know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Have a message, know where to get it off, be confident. All those things still are important. So if you don't have a call to action, and if you don't have those things dialed in, I wouldn't even do it. You'd be wasting your time.
Nice. Well, what do you think about those fake podcast ones, those where somebody just sitting there and they kind of give the aesthetic of a podcast?
Yeah. I think those are good. I think those are good because sometimes, all right, well, podcast clips are what's in right now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So what's good is if someone can't get on a pod or if they feel like it's work, but they just want that look, they can either rent out a studio or set up a space in their spot, have the camera angled a certain way, and then they could just get off what they want to say. So I think that's good because you might be able to just crank out more content that way. You might not be able to, damn, I need to get on the podcast this week, next week, the week after. That might be too much for someone to actually do, or it creates a whole nother job. So I think it's still valuable because that's still in. And like this girl I used to date, I was telling her back then, I'm like, yo, you need to go on pause. Like I was telling her, you need to go on pause. So she just started fake podcasting. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It gives you the look. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a powerful tool. You know, I think content in general, if you find your style, it's a powerful tool. But the fake podcasting, I think it could be really valuable to someone that like taps into it and just stays consistent.
Mm-hmm. What do you guys mean by fake podcasting? Like with the mic just there?
Yeah, so the mic's there, the camera's pointed at you. You're not looking at the camera, you're looking at me. So it looks like you're talking to somebody, but you ain't.
Okay. I know about that.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I know a little something about that.
Let me ask you this, right? Let's say a hypothetical person.
Yeah.
Right? That let's say they have, is
this a hypothetical but real person?
Maybe.
Okay.
A hypothetical but maybe real person that has like a big following. Let's say they got 30,000 plus on Instagram. Yeah. They got about 20,000 on TikTok. Right? They have their own low ticket offer for $7.77.
I would tell them first they need to double that price. And actually, I would probably for $28, I'd probably like 6x that joint. That's $42 at least.
I happen to agree with
at least $42, bro.
Oh, okay.
I happen to agree with you.
Yeah. That's the first thing I would do.
It's great.
I wouldn't even double it. I would 6x it.
Price is going up today.
Yeah.
Today is the last day you can get my ebook for $7.77.
You gave away.
Oh, my bad.
You gave away them prices.
Actually not, because it's already up. So when they see this, it's already $42.
Oh yeah, it's over with. Yeah, actually, by the time this airs, it's $100.
Then you can see it. That's what I'm talking. See, boom.
Yeah.
Let's say that this person wanted to expand their territory and they wanted to get more into being a guest on podcasts, speaking, and their background, the thing that their unique selling proposition is that they've been able to have brand partnerships and be a co-host on a podcast with a pretty well-known person in a specific space.
Yeah. What would that be you?
That would be me.
Okay.
They also helped a well-known person in the tech industry go from 30,000 to over 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. So they have results.
Yeah.
But they're looking to see how can I use those results and drive them to reach the income goals, which are $10,000 per month.
Got you.
Right.
Got you.
And that person might be right next to me.
All right. So listen, this so this is what I would do. Right. So first thing you need to do, you need to have a value ladder. So I mean, so you have this $7 product that we just changed the price. It's an ebook, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
All right. What else is in our offer suite? What else you have to sell?
Nothing.
That's the problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can't make a lot of money if you don't have higher ticket offers. So you would keep your $42 offer or whatever you're pricing it at. So you got to change that price to me. $7 is crazy.
$7 is crazy.
I'm saying, I know I ain't saying that to somebody that got $7 price. You can have one.
Yeah.
But that ain't the main joint.
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All right, boom. So you got that. The next thing that you need is you need some type of recurring revenue. So whatever your information is, right? How will you help people? You need to put that in some type of paid community. So now, if I'm someone I can't grab what I'm about to talk to you next about, if I'm someone I can't grab that next thing, I'm able to get with you at the $49 a month, $69 a month, $89 a month joint. Because how much money you want to make them up? 10K? We just said 10K, right? So let's just talk recurring revenue. And you gave me a lot of numbers on the subs and the followers and all that, right? So let's say your community is $59 a month, right? You want to make 10K, right? So we're going to divide the 10K by the 59. That means you need 169 people. So 169 people paying you $59 a month is $120,000 a year. Wow. But guess what? Every person you get gives you more money along the way. So it's not like you need all 169 to get the 10K. Every time someone signs up, you're getting a 59. So your monthly revenue is growing. That's going to give you your baseline or your wake up monthly money. So you're going to start every month at 10K. The next thing you need, because that's recurring revenue, the next thing you need is you need a core product. So that core product might be what I like to call, let's say, an accelerator. That might be like a program or a course. That could be like, let's say, $497 to $997 or the $1497. The $997 is probably a good spot for it, or $1497, something like that. But that might come with 4 weeks or 5 weeks of support. That support might be once a week. You don't even necessarily have to do it. You can hire, you know what I'm saying, an accountability coach or a success coach after you go through it a couple of times to basically hold them accountable and deploy your strategy.
And we have somebody in the room that knows how to do that.
Boom, there you go, right?
So you can literally
and
then
hire him. You can hire him or you can pay him percentage of the sales. Mm-hmm. Right? And then the next thing is, if I want to journey with you for 6 months or 12 months to get the result and I want to be with you, right, in this container, you got to charge me somewhere between, like, if I'm going to be with you for 6 months, I mean, this might be good for you just to start at. For 6 months, charge me 10K. You know what I'm saying? So 10K, if you do any live events, that'll give me some access. If you do virtual events, that'll give me some access. I get access to you once a week. You can still have your success coach in there. So then you got maybe 1 or 2 calls a week where you're there and they have an accountability call. That's gonna give me access for 6 months, let's just say, right? If I want to rock with you for a year, give me another 5 on there. So now I'm spending $15,000. The value is in the 12 months, right?
Right.
So boom. So we're going to talk about, right, 10K a month. You just got to sell one of those. You sell a 15K, you got the 10K. You sell a 10K, you got the 10K. 169 people get you $10,000 a month. So that's 6 figures right there. And then your $42 offer gets people in the door. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because whether at 42 or 59, that's me being open and entering your ecosystem. Mm-hmm. So I might just need to tap in with you for a couple of weeks. Oh yeah, I'm ready to jump into the $1497. Oh, you know what? I want to apply for the 10K for the 6 months. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you got a system. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now you got a system.
Okay.
Yeah. And the thing to think about too is I'm so glad you're here right now because we didn't get a chance to talk in that much detail on the phone. And
that's why I'm here now, bro.
Yeah, no, yeah. Now you smart as hell.
We snapping the tap.
I probably gotta cut that part. I mean, I keep it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the 169. The crazy thing about that is that it's not that big a group, right? And you already have case studies you can show. Those case studies are your sales tools, right? That you can use and you can make content about. Because you have videos that have millions of views that have gone viral. Mm-hmm. You can literally make a video about the viral video.
So what is the thing that you do?
Shit. I'm a medical assistant, so I don't really.
But
no, what? I mean,
content.
I mean, I make videos. Just funny.
She's a beauty influencer. She's literally made a lot, made plenty of content.
So who's the target audience? Is it people that want to make beauty content, or is it people that just want to make better content?
People want to make better content, I would say.
Okay, cool. So you can teach someone like I don't even want to necessarily say viral strategy, but you can teach someone how to create better content and get more engagement.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
definitely.
go. What are you talking about?
And you have case studies.
Yeah, I do.
People,
right.
You have two immediately that you can show. Immediately, myself and the hairdresser that we know.
Yeah,
that both did that, and you could even show the Cole too. So you have three because you have the Cole too. So you have hairdresser, tech, and whatever you would say, the Cole with the beauty, basically.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna ice that for 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna segue to this.
Mm-hmm.
So let's imagine. Mm-hmm. We ain't pretending. We're just gonna imagine that you already got the 169 or whatever, right? They locked in. Now we're gonna talk about how you can make $20K minimum on a live podcast. You already have 169 people dialed in that know, like, trust. I literally did this yesterday. 2 weeks from now, I don't know when this is dropping. June 28th. June 28th, I'm doing a live podcast.
Okay.
All right? Live podcast consists of certain components. Why would someone want to do a live podcast? Because if they're smart and they're an entrepreneur, the difference is this podcast coming out a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, there's this window of dead time. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm waiting. When we dropping, bro? When we dropping, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I still have to wait to see how the show performs. And I'm not saying it's not going to perform well. Mm-hmm. Then I might be good. My clips might do okay. I'll probably get some leads. And it works. But if I could be on a live podcast, warming the audience with know, like, trust, and like you said, your biggest metric is watch time. Mm-hmm. If I'm on a live podcast, they watching the entire time. Mm-hmm. So now you get damn near 100% watch time. Mm-hmm. Know, like, trust is building in real time. I'm an entrepreneur. I have a product or service that can help people. Mm-hmm. So you're going to interview me live in front of this audience. Your audience, let's just say, they can buy VIP tickets on the front end to pay to be in a room. The rest can come in for free, right? Now, it's still a podcast. So you're going to record it with the audience. You're going to release it, Big Poppa Code episode, whatever, featuring me or whomever. I'm going to pay you $10K to be a guest. Why? Because I got a $5,000 offer. I got a $10,000 offer. There's 100 people in the room. I might be trash at sales, right? Once the podcast is over, you let people in the audience ask questions about what I just talked about because they want to know.
Yep.
Right? Now, during that part, depending on your setup, that person can do a whiteboard or they can do a digital board, break down their strategy, break down the concepts, and then pitch their offer in the room. If I paid $10K, there's 100 people in there, and I'm trash at sales, and I close 10%, that's 10 people. 10 times 5 is 50,000. Right? So let's say you had 3 guests come on. That's $30K that you made on the front end, plus whatever people pay to be in a room. You record the entire podcast. You record their session, giving their mini workshop or whatever, right? You give them all that content, plus clips per usual. It's a W for everybody. I gave the strategy a couple times on some pods and on YouTube. People ain't getting it. You know what I'm saying? And this is the thing. And I'm just the reason I'm bringing it up right now is because if your audience dialed in, guess who's buying the tickets? They ain't gonna be like, what? Why? No, they buying the ticket.
Yeah,
they buying the VIP tickets, right? And even if you have, because I encourage you to have free offer because you want to pack the room for the person. and you want to make sure people are up in there, they're going to come. So if I'm somebody, I'm walking in on a podcast, there's like 100 people in there, I'm already feeling fire. Oh, this is different. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm being interviewed on the stage, so it's already elevated. You know, you're going to interview me, and you can actually you can navigate the interview and ask me certain questions that are going to be making me look like, okay, cool, you guys need this offer. Like certain things, you know what I'm saying? Right? So now it's like, you can have regular, podcast, but maybe 2, 3, 4 questions you're going to sprinkle in there that actually are like, premeditated, whatever. And then I just pitch my thing. I'm closing. I'm leaving the room with a bag.
No, for real.
You know what I'm saying?
That makes so much sense.
And I get all the data, so whoever don't close, I can close them next week, the week later, 3, 4, 5 months from now. So if you have your audience, you can continue to do things like that because they're dialed in and they're tapped in. They're gonna go with you. So I said that's why I just had to ice it for a second. You know what I'm saying?
We need to do that.
Yeah.
That was a perfect lead in. I need to do that the moment I come back.
Yeah, bro.
No,
literally the moment. I'm gonna call Mike the next day, like, hey, this is what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
No, that's smart. That's real smart. I gotta call Mike immediately. You gotta set that up. That's genius.
Yeah. Well, make sure you can hit me with a testimonial. After,
you know what
I'm saying?
No problem about a testimonial.
Yeah, but that's something that like people that are in my my program, like if I'm coaching a podcaster, like one that really wants to make money, because I'm gonna be honest, a lot of podcasters is lazy, bro. They don't want to make they want to make the money, but they don't want to do the thing.
Really?
They just, you know what I'm saying? And most podcasters think YouTube, brand deal, sponsorship, Spotify is how you make money, or having a large audience. You don't. A brand new podcaster can run that exact strategy as long as you reach out to who needs an audience. Service-based providers, tax people, CPAs, high leverage entrepreneurs that might be selling digital products. Anyone that has a high ticket offer, solar, you know what I'm saying? Funding, credit, real estate, investing, stocks, whoever got a high ticket, because they understand the value of an audience. You don't have to like persuade me on why this makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you could be a brand new podcaster can do that. Like a podcast that already has some motion, they can definitely do it. But it's not contingent upon if you got a big show or not. It's just contingent upon your execution.
I have a group on my phone that's like.
Did I get in the group? I got in the group.
You in the group?
Oh, let's go.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't think it's hard for a podcast to make 6 figures. They just don't want to. That's my opinion. Because they stubborn and hard-headed. They just think, yo, I need brand deals. I need subs. I need. No, you don't, bro. You just need proper coaching and strategy. If you go to my YouTube channel, I got less than 6,000 subs. My views is all over the place. 1,000, 500, 15,000, 10,000. You know what I'm saying? But that's not how you make bread. You leverage your show to make the money. People need audience. So the podcast is lead generation. You just need to have your back-end offers, you know what I'm saying, or your recurring model, or your high-ticket offer, or even if you don't have an offer, you can have like a premium affiliate offer, right? So let's say you got an insurance company, and then your average ticket is, I don't know, like $12,000, like a $12,000 premium. So that means the commission on that may be like plus minus like $1,000, $1,200. So let's say you give me that offer, I study the messaging, and I say, hey guys, welcome back to the XYZ podcast. This show is presented by ABC Insurance. We help people with boom, 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 protect your family, protect your wealth, get access to whatever. If you guys are interested, click the link below. And then you get the leads. I ain't do no selling. I ain't do no customer service. I ain't do no delivery. I'm just looking at my bank account. Oh, we closed another one.
We could do that.
You know what I'm saying? That's a premium affiliate. So you don't even got to have an offer. You just need to leverage other people's offers. You know what I'm saying? So you get a bag from podcasting by strategy. You know what I'm saying? By leveraging your show as an asset, not by trying to run up the YouTube views. Why would you want to rely on YouTube views for AdSense where they can change and they can control the flow of like who watches the show. I ain't relying on that.
Yeah, no.
And they do. They be doing
That's what I'm saying. As soon as it seems like these shows are getting too much money, we're gonna change the algorithm slightly. You know what I'm saying? Why would you rely on that? You can't rely on that. Now, I'm not saying that's not a good way for you to generate revenue, but I don't think it should be the one that you rely on.
Right.
I think it should be like secondary. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, we got the YouTube money coming in. We doing like $5 a month, $10 a month, whatever we doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's extra. You shouldn't be like, that shouldn't be the primary income source as a podcaster.
If someone wanted to start a podcast or get into podcasting, like what apps do you recommend they start off with?
Well, the first thing I would say is, are you really going to do it? Number one.
Yeah.
Right? So I would tell them, don't buy no cameras. I would say, get a light, you can get a mic, and just start virtual. And just do that for a month. See if you actually going to do it. Then if you can do it, then I would invest, in equipment. But I think for apps or software, I think you can do RedCircle if you like that platform. I think you can do StreamYard or Riverside FM, either one of those, depending on your preference. You definitely need a light. You definitely need a mic. RedCircle will help you with the audio distribution, but if you don't want to use RedCircle and you want to use StreamYard, then you need like a podcast host. So like Podbeam or Buzzsprout, you know what I'm saying? Simplecast, something like that to get the audio out. And then the first hire every podcaster should do is get an editor. So I would get an AI editor or I would get a VA to edit the pods, because that's normally the bottleneck. Because you want to shoot the podcast, you're like, oh, I'm going to save money, I'm going to edit it. Bro, it's like 3x amount of time for you to edit the show. Why would you dare? That don't make no sense. And no one's paying to come on the show. So now you didn't get paid. You got paid for the studio. You paid for all the apps. And now you're going to waste the time thinking you're saving money by editing the show. That don't make no sense. Mm-hmm. But that's all you need to start. And then if they can keep it up, then I would say, okay, invest in some cameras. You know what I'm saying? Maybe get a producer or invest in a studio that you might pay XYZ amount per month, but they're going to give you a certain amount of hours, and they're going to just give you the raw files, edited files, and then you straight.
Hope people are taking notes.
Yeah, they better take notes. If they don't, they listen. If they don't take notes, you can click the link below and pay me, and I'll help you. But you need to do something.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
No matter what, click the link below.
Yeah, click it below.
Definitely. The thing that's crazy to think about, right? Because even I was trying to because I always, whenever I'm talking to somebody, I'm always trying to. It's part of my personality. I'm always trying to reverse engineer what I think they might be doing for their business when I'm talking to somebody. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy that like a lot of the stuff you're saying, like I would never have thought of it. And I think I'm pretty smart. We
could both be smart at the same time.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is like, why do you think so many people don't realize that this is that there's like this viable way to like make money, right, as long as you have an offer being
because
so
they don't understand what an offer is, right? So mm-hmm. so check this out. Y'all know David Shands?
Yeah.
So I was on Shands'. Shands did a challenge or a 5-day live event last week, and I spoke on day 2, right? Mm-hmm. Let me see. Okay, I put in the global. Let me see. Global podcast market. Let me see. Size. Let me see. Okay, it says that in 2020, let me see, 2022 is the market was $2.2 billion. And that was what, 2025, so that's 3 years ago. By 2030, it's saying that it's going to be $17.5 billion of market cap in media, podcasting. Mm-hmm. And the growth is, they said the growth is driven by people paying for ads. And then obviously this is the space. So in a space that is damn near 20 billion of market cap, why would I not think I can make money in here? The problem is this. People are not digging in the right place. Right? So money flows. You know what I'm saying? Like currency flows, cash flow, like it flows. So I live in Miami. So let's say we all came to visit me in Miami, right? We go to the beach. We see the water, right? The ocean, or maybe even the bay. So the water's still. It's moving this way, right? If we each dig like just a tunnel with our hands, and maybe about 1 inch or 2 inches, is it gonna be difficult for the water to flow to your tunnel? Or is it just gonna flow to your tunnel?
It's just gonna flow.
Exactly. So why would I, as a podcaster, do things that don't work, hoping for a result that's not gonna come, when I could just get a strategy or follow someone that's already making some money in this space, so the money just flows to me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what it is. There's $20 billion in the space right now. So that means there's no such thing as it being crowded or scarce or any of that. There's money in the space and there's enough money for everybody. And that's just right now. It's like it's going to continue to grow. So all y'all have to do is figure out, what do you want to do? Affiliate marketing? Do you want to have products and services? Do you want to align with an affiliate partner? Do you want to run what I like to call a pod close strategy, which I'll share with y'all second. But these are all ways how to make money. You want to have a digital product? Do you want to do, do you want to do, they got these other affiliates. What's it called? When someone else has affiliate products, I can't think of the word right now. Brooklyn does it. What's it called?
Private label, right?
Yeah. You want to do that? The money here, yo. But if you're going to keep doing the same thing, you're going to get the money. But see, this is the thing. All you got to do is don't quit podcasting and either have an offer or align with an offer. What pod closing is I think this is pretty genius too. You have a show, and whether it's your show or this could be one of your offers. You have a show, right? Oh, what do you say you do in real life?
Medical assistant.
So you're a medical assistant, right? So let's say you are like freelance, right? Because you work for like a hospital or something.
Yeah.
All right, but okay. Let's imagine that you're freelance, and you want to get more hospitals, right? So if I was a hospital and I wanted to get a medical assistant, I would just have a medical assistant show. And I would just invite a medical assistant to come on the show. And then I would interview them, but I would ask them 2, 3, maybe 4 questions to see if they're a good fit for my hospital. And then when the show's over, it's like, oh, so yeah, you said that you're looking to work at a new hospital, right? Okay, cool. Is that something that you want to do now, or you want to, I think it might be a good fit, or do you want to talk about it, tomorrow or the next day? And I just close you. I would have a medical assistant show. You know what I'm saying? So you can design a podcast around whatever it is that you do and only invite guests on that are potential prospects to be a client. And then curate a show that's designed to be fact-finding. And then because you grow trust in 30 minutes, y'all are friends now. So then you could just say, you did say that you needed someone to help you with the thing that you said that you needed help with. Do you, is that, you really, that's what we do. We got me with that. You're going to close like that. So then you use the pod closing strategy to close a high ticket offer. So everyone that comes on your show is a potential client. They don't know it, but you do. Right? So you release 4 podcasts in a month. You might shoot 10 in a month. Let's say you got a 50% conversion rate. That's 5 sales. Let's say your offer is $10K. That's $50,000. And you just made that doing a podcast. And it don't even have to be a big show. You just have to be a show that's niche and targeted for the type of clients you want to have on. I told this dude about it. I'm like, bro, you're just doing it wrong. I'm like, this is the strategy. He's like, yo, it's not working. I'm like, no, bro, no, you're not working. Like, this is the strategy.
You're not working the strategy.
Like, I don't know if you ain't closing or if you actually having a podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just actually doing an interview, but that's not what this is. This is like a sales call in disguise. It's like a Trojan horse. But they actually get the content, the podcast actually releases, and they can get all the clips per normal. But I'm asking you questions that are interwoven into the interview that are basically for me to find out if you're a good fit. Do you have the money? Or would you execute? Is it really what you want? What's really the pain point? But I'm dressing that up into who you are, what you do, why'd you get in this space, what's going on, you know? So then at the end, you're like, oh, this podcast is fire. I'm like, yeah, you sound like you're going to be a good fit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So let's get busy. So you're going to get what you want. Actually, they get more than what they want because they get the actual podcast and then they get their problem solved. I'm just trying to help people, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
There's
saying?
lots to think of.
You might have to put some smoking, like,
no, for real.
on these mics or something. You know what I'm saying?
No, for real.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So we talked about a few different ways that you can make money, as a podcast host and also as a podcast guest. But I don't think we went in enough depth in the podcast guest strategy.
Oh yeah, let's go crazy.
Yeah, so like, so when it comes to like somebody who doesn't want to have a podcast, but they know, because if you look at the market, there's going to be plenty of podcasts, right?
Yeah.
And everybody doesn't want to go through those steps of having their own, but they want to leverage it.
Yeah.
Right. So how does the guest make going on every single podcast worthwhile? Like we talked about a little bit before.
Yeah.
Like, could you dive a little bit deeper in like as a guest, how you can go and leverage all these other platforms in order to, to move whatever it is you're trying to move?
100%. So number one, you got to have a strategy.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said earlier, you got to have a CTA. So let's say I got my strategy and I got my CTA. You have to have now a plan. Mm-hmm. So there was a pod I went on. Actually, no. I brought a guest on my pod and we can run the same strategy because some of the strategies that I use are strategies that guests can use. Mm-hmm. So I had Wes Watson come on my podcast, right? Mm-hmm. It's kind of like in reverse. So I had him come on my podcast. There was 3 pieces of content that I made sure that I got independent of the interview. And that was a story or a vertical piece of content of him edifying my offer, mm-hmm. or a story or a vertical piece of content of him edifying my space, mm-hmm. right? And then a recap video. So the recap video in real time, it's kind of like why I told you to get some clips. It shows people motion and people respect motion. Mm-hmm. So they're like, oh man, you out here, you moving, you doing, oh, what's going on? So they're going to ask you, or people that are interested, they're going to be more warm to what you got going on. You want to release that immediately. Mm-hmm. The second piece of content, right, of so in this case, it would be the host, of the host edifying you. What that does is, what people don't understand is they'll do it for free because y'all are friends at the podcast. So mm-hmm. as much content as you want, you're going to be able to get it, right? Mm-hmm. So you can be like, yo, so we kind of went crazy on the podcast, man. I talked about boom, boom, boom. What you think about that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. You talked about this, boom. Now I got that clip. I can deploy that. Now I'm leveraging your personal brand. Mm-hmm. You're going to share that video most likely, whether I post it and collab with you or I just run this story, you're going to at least reshare it. Mm-hmm. Now I got you edifying me before the show comes out about my offer. Mm-hmm. I'm going to put a CTA on that, you know what I'm saying, on social media using ManyChat. Comment this word if you want help with this. Boom. DMs is coming in. I'm closing. Now, the other piece of content, the story, vertical piece of content, I got you edifying my space. Mm-hmm. Why is this a space that people need to tap into? Or why should it be paying more attention to that? I'm going to use the same exact strategy. This is before the pod drops. I'm not waiting for you to edit my joint mm-hmm. and put it out. Nah, I want to get money now. So you got to have a pre-strategy. That's your pre-strategy, right? And then you still get your pictures and your B-roll and all of that. But that's your pre-strategy. I'm coming in, I need this, this, and this. I need these things. Boom. On the podcast, I know y'all paying attention in real time, but I said certain things that I know are going to be salacious to some people. So now on the show, they have to make sure, we talked about it earlier, what's my 4 to 6 things I'm going to get off no matter what? Mm-hmm. I'm going to get them off because even if y'all don't turn them into clips, I'm going to turn them into clips. So now I got my stuff. So that's during, mm-hmm. right? And then at the end, I'm like, okay, boom, podcast is over. I got my pre, I got my during at the end. And people don't do the end part. So the end part would be, there's a couple different end strategies, but the end part would be, let's say, number 1, what's your favorite movie? Like an old school movie?
The Godfather too.
Yeah, Godfather's pretty good.
Yeah.
Man, what is my favorite movie? Matrix.
Okay. And then you?
A Godfather too.
Okay, boom. Have you seen it a few times? Have you watched it on different networks?
Yeah.
Have you seen it a few times?
Yep.
Have you watched Matrix on different networks?
Oh, yeah.
So why would I leave your episode on your channel? I'm taking that episode. I'm reposting on my YouTube channel. And I'm going to put my commercials in there. I'm not relying on your watch time because your audience ain't the only audience that's going to watch the joint. If you've seen it on a bunch of different networks, that means different people, maybe the same people because you saw it on a couple of different networks, but different audiences are going to see it because the TBS network ain't the TNT network, ain't the Fox network, ain't the HBO network. So now I'm getting more views off the joint, right? Now I'm like, okay, cool. Which clips is going crazy? You release, how many clips y'all release? About?
From 3 to 5.
Okay.
3 to 5.
Okay, now I'm looking at 3 to 5. Okay, what 3 to 5 clips went crazy? Okay, these all did a couple thousand, but these 2 did like 10. This one did like 20. Okay, cool. I'm going to repost those on some shadow pages, right? Because shadow pages have 6-figure, 7-figure audiences. So I can run a little campaign on those with call to actions back to a comment to get in my DM so I can interact with them. Then what's the narrative? You know, mystery podcast, mystery guest goes on Big Poppa Code and talks about how podcasters are dumb because they're not making money. Now I'm going to make me a meme. And I'm going to put the meme out. What's the meme going to do? Get more engagement. That's just part of your end strategy. And then I'm going to get these files. I'm not relying on your 3 or 5 clips. I'm going to make me another 10 and 20. And I'm going to redistribute those joints. And then we could take a play out of the Andrew Tate model. I can create a couple of extra Instagram pages of me, and I can redistribute the clips on those. Those are just like my fan pages. That's just some of the stuff you can do. That's just one episode.
Yeah, that's just.
So now we got a pre-strategy, right? We got the during strategy, and we got some of the post strategy. That's for one podcast. But winners win and losers lose. So most people ain't gonna do it. They're gonna go on the show. They're going to talk about themselves, and they're going to hope that what you do is going to help me. And when it don't help me, I'll be like, nah, that podcast, that was weak. I don't know if you're going there, bro. It didn't really hit for me. Nah, bro, you ain't hit. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the thing. Everyone can, well, I won't say everyone. A small percentage of people can make the league. Let's say the NBA. But only a few of them going to be superstars. Because you can still get an NBA and be lazy when you get there.
Yep.
Right? Only the superstars are still doing the work. Kobe's getting up early, you know, practicing 3-4 times a day, got the trainers, you know what I'm saying, watching the film, doing all the extras. LeBron been there for what, 22 years in the league? The only other person I know that's been in the league about that long was he just retired with Vince Carter. Vince Carter was in the league for about 20 years. And
Donis Haslam, you know, you in Miami, you got to give Haslam
credit. And Haslam for sure. 100%. But most people, they want other people to do the work for them. They don't want to do the work. You got to work the work. And the content don't stale. So you can go on a podcast. Maybe you went on a podcast last year. Guess what? You could use the content.
Yeah, I'm about to do that.
Why could you not? They can be like, oh, that one's old. No, they ain't going to say that. Oh, that's new. I ain't see that one. Yeah, bro, it dropped a year ago. But what you're saying now is still relevant. It's still snapping. So that's the guessing strategy. And then what I would do is, damn, I'm giving a lot of heat away. What I would do is, I would go on a podcast once a week for the year. That's 52 podcasts, minimum 52 platforms that you can jump on. So whatever industry that you're in, that at least puts you in the top of exposure, even if you go on small shows, because you can still get the content and run the same plays that we just talked about from small shows, right? And you're going to be a better speaker, you're going to be more authoritative, and you're going to be a more articulative expert in your space. You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely do that. Then you start looking at, okay, well, what is a podcast technically? Is it an in-studio interview show? What if people can't interview me on the street? That's a podcast, technically. I'm going to go get people to interview me on the street. I'm going to go get on some streams. That's the future of podcasting.
Right, streaming.
I ain't waiting for the studios, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get on whatever it is, a camera, to let people know who I am, what I got going on, and then build a fan base around that, right? And then you start studying, like, all right, who am I seeing online like that? Okay, cool. I could collab with her, him, them. And now they start seeing you more because they're like, yo, I seen you with this. Like when I interviewed James from School to Hard Knocks on the street, mad people in my inbox like, yo, bro, that was crazy. He didn't even interview me. I interviewed him. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So now you use strategy. It's like, okay, if I would have had him interview me, and I would, but there's a certain ticket with that. So cheat code is, I feel like I got a percentage of the same amount of value by interviewing him, and that was free. Mm. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't do both, but like, people want to be interviewed. We know that. So you could be like, all right, cool. Well, shoot, I want to interview him, this person or her. You're gonna still receive a percentage of that value. Like I interviewed Tiffany Aliche, the Budgetnista on the street, and she collabed on the joint. There was like 40 people that reshared that content. They found me. Now they following me. You know what I'm saying? So you got to have a deployment strategy. We didn't go into full detail on everything that you could do, but that's just one show. You know, and I'm not saying that, everyone can do all of this by themselves. But if you took some of this, you did it on your next or on your current pod, you'll be way further. At least on the redistribution. People just making content, living it on your platform, just like, why? Nah, I'm about to redistribute that. Because let's say it hits on mine more than it did on yours. You know what I'm saying? Or if it gave me an extra 2,000 views, no, even an extra 500 views, I'm taking that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to put the smoking emojis back on the mic.
We got to put the meme up if we got like
right, you're just on fire. Fire emojis. What has been your favorite, like, success stories? When it comes to, like, watching, like, people you've mentored or coached?
Yeah, I think one of my favorite success stories is definitely, I would say Moneybag Rich, right? So, Moneybag Rich is rare. He's in like the Miami area. So he's rare. And the reason why I say he's rare is because he's delusional. He just trusted me. You know what I'm saying? And most people, they're too worried about you got to be delusional. If I'm telling you as a podcast, you make $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month, that's delusion. So you got to buy into that. So he just used one strategy. I didn't talk about it on this yet, but it's called the VIP package. That's where if you got a free show, you can reverse pitch and get people to pay for the content that you created and get money. So for instance, y'all, this is a collaboration. You know what I'm saying? You could be like, yo, Brendan, listen, we can give you the full episode files, the clips. You can shoot a commercial for your offer, behind the scenes, BTS photos. It's only going to be $500 for the photo. I mean, for the content folder. I'm paying for that because I know what I'm going to do with the content. So he took this strategy called a VIP package and he went ham. So in 4 months, he made almost $50,000 just on that one strategy. And then he opened up his own podcast studio. You know what I'm saying? And he at the time didn't even do what I feel like is a cheat code to this whole thing, in my opinion. But he still used the revenue to open up a studio.
Smart.
So yeah, I think he's probably one of my favorite success stories. But yeah, I mean, I got a couple, but he's probably top. And then the Let's Fucking Go, the LFG show, I think that one's successful too because he started to use the affiliate strategy. So he got a 10K affiliate off top, just like using the affiliate sponsorship strategy. So that means his show is free because he got them to pay for, they was giving him like 10 bands. So he had to worry about editing. He had hiring somebody to help produce the show, and he had a sponsor. Yeah, I can see your brain going. So y'all be quiet like this between questions. Is this new?
This is new.
No, this is new. This is definitely new.
Oh man, thinking.
You know what I'm saying?
You got my wheels turning.
So let me ask you a question.
Okay.
How long y'all been doing the pod?
This is now a year that we've been doing it together.
Okay. And did you do it before this by yourself?
Yeah, just by myself.
How long was that? So 2 years, maybe a year and a half?
Yeah, about 2.5 years.
All right. Okay. Now I'm gonna ask y'all if you make the pivotal mistake that most podcasters either make or avoid.
Okay, let's see.
Right. Now.
Oh, snap.
Okay. Do you have is this podcast a media business?
Is the podcast a media business?
Yeah, meaning, do you have an LLC for the podcast?
No, it's just part of my.
There you go. There you go. Wrong.
Part of my,
Listen,
my main business.
One of the cardinal mistakes that most podcasters make, they stay a hustle, they stay a hobby, they stay something that they do sometimes. This is a media business. You need to go get a LLC properly structured, right? Make sure your credit
a separate one from
just for the media business.
Just for this one, okay.
Because this is its own thing.
Okay.
Because this can generate revenue for you. That's independent of whatever you got going on and whatever you got going on.
Mm-hmm.
Go get a LLC for this business, right?
Mm-hmm.
Properly structured, right? Make sure your credit's good. Make sure your credit's good. If y'all gonna do it together, right? Make sure your credit's properly structured. Then you can go to your financial partners, the Wells Fargos, the Truists, the PNCs, the Bank of Americas, right? The Navy Federals. Go get you six figures of funding. Use OPM to grow your show. Use that to invest in cash flowing, opportunities. Now your podcast can maybe own a percentage of a business. And maybe your podcast can hire more people. Maybe your podcast can have its own studio now because you use OPM, right? To develop the studio, it might cost you 10 bands depending on what you want to do. And then let's say you didn't now charge people to come on the show. It's free because you have 5 guests pay you $2K. It costs you $10K to build out your studio. You got a free studio. And you still got access to the 6+ figures of funding. I'm just trying to help somebody.
Interesting.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep, Arthur.
I'm just trying to help somebody.
Hear that?
You know? And that's why y'all should click the link below. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. See, he's not even giving away everything right now.
That's not even everything. But see, this is the thing. I can feel confident in giving everything away for 2 reasons. One, because it's not for me to hoard and it's not my intellectual property, meaning I'm going to keep learning more things. This is the least that I know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then number 2, y'all ain't going to do it. So what difference does it make? And I don't necessarily mean y'all, but like y'all ain't going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Or if y'all do it, it's going to be a very small percentage of people that do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because people want to be successful, right? And there's a golden brick road, but they don't want to walk down it because it's raining, or there's some bricks missing, or slippery over here, or you know what? It's Sunday. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get on the road tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Or you know what? I ain't dressed appropriately. I don't want to go by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all gonna make all the excuses gonna keep you away from your success, but you want to be successful. That's why I'm willing to wake up early, get on a flight, fly here. You know what I'm saying? Pay for my own Ubers, pay for my own flight, sit with y'all, give away the game. You know what I'm saying? Jump on, you know what I'm saying? If I got time, jump on a class, head back to the airport and get back to the crib, do a turn and burn because I'm investing in my personal brand. I'm investing into my business. There's only a small percentage of people that's willing to do that.
Right.
And then that's why success is predictable. It's not an accident. Like success is just math. Like when you really think about it, everything's math.
Mm-hmm.
Like I spoke at the last couple of events I spoke at, I opened it up like, who likes math? It's like, you know, small person. I'm like, well, I'm like, yo, y'all ain't gonna be successful. Y'all don't like math. You know what I'm saying? Like, who likes math? Like, less than half of them raise their hand. Okay, who got to go? Everybody's hands up. All right, how much money y'all want to make? Nobody knows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, well, how you gonna get there if you don't like math? You don't know how much money you want to make, and you want to be successful. Y'all let me know. Right? So it's going to be a very small percentage of people that are going to be willing to take risks, that actually going to be in love with math. I'm talking about basic math. Like, this is my product. This is how much it costs. If I sell these many people, I can get this result.
Mm-hmm.
But how many people do I need to talk to, connect with to get this result? I'm not that good at sales, so maybe my conversion rate is 10%. Or you know what, maybe I just need to hire somebody that's actually better at sales. Let them take all the interactions. They're at like a 20-30% conversion rate. I'm not losing any money because they're getting the commission. I'm not paying them. They're taking 10%, and I'm getting the money, and I'm just doing my thing. There's only a small percentage of people doing that. And then I'm willing to take a percentage of that revenue and invest in marketing so I get more exposure and go on more podcasts.
Mm-hmm. The money keeps flowing.
Yep. I'm just trying to help somebody.
Have you ever dealt with like nerves or imposter syndrome? Like how do you like just do this?
Yeah. In full transparency, I had to kill my shadow self.
Okay.
Yeah, because that dude be trying to hang around, bro.
Really?
Yeah. I had to kill him the other day.
Oh, just the other day.
It was like a week ago. Yeah. I had to have a ceremony for my shadow self.
Okay, and what?
So your shadow self is a person who you used to be when you're shedding your identity to ascend to the person that God designed you to be. But that, can I swear?
Yeah.
That motherfucker don't want to let go. You know what I'm saying? He or she don't want to let go.
Yeah.
Right? So that exists in your patterns, the way you think, the way you process, the way you execute. You know what I'm saying? The things that you do and don't do, how you do the things that you do and don't do, when you do the things that you do and don't do. That's your shadow self. So if you have like visions or you envision to be a certain level, a certain stature, or produce at a certain level, your former self can't produce that, or they would have already produced it.
Say that again.
Your former self cannot produce the result or be the person that you want to be because you would have already been that, or they would have already been that. So you have to kill off who you used to be. It's a ceremony. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and it's sad. You gotta be like, listen, bro, you're out of here. You know what I'm saying? So like, it even came down to, like, I got some new earrings. It came down to me buying new earrings. And I'll give you an example, because part of my shadow self had the same earrings on since I was 18 years old. So that, even though like aesthetically or outwardly, I'm not defined by that, but it was still part of my identity because it's been around since I was 18. That even comes down to you having the same haircut. You know what I'm saying? Because that's part of who you are. So when you're ascending, there's certain things that you have to like either get rid of or stop doing or kill off so you can become the person that God designed at the highest level to help the most people that you want to help. But you can't do that if your shadow self is clinging on to the ankles or your waist or your back. You know, you got to kill them off. So I experienced that about a week ago. So to answer your question, I don't have like imposter syndrome that I feel like cripples me. I just have a battle with my former self at times when he decides to rear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then I could be like, yo, bro, you got to listen. What we doing? You know what I'm saying? And then I got to be conscious enough and self-aware. I have my self-awareness where I can know what's going on and then separate from that person. Because that person will hold you back. And it's you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's you.
Yeah. Just a former version of you, that
it's like
old version
the
of
people you hung out with. Like if you take certain phone calls at a certain time, you know what I'm saying? All those things. Success, like I said, can be predictable if you just do the things that are going to be aligned in the result in the person that you want to become. Because every decision that we make at this moment is creating the future that we're about to experience in the present. So you got to kill them off or kill her off. You know, so the $7, you kill her off.
Yeah, she's dead.
She's dead.
Yeah, she's gone.
You know what I'm saying? You got to kill her off.
Actually.
Huh?
I don't know her, actually.
Exactly. Who was she? What's going on? Exactly. You got to kill her off. So
77.
Yeah.
Right.
So that imposter syndrome, it existed, and just every now and again he come up because like my vision's here, and then his vision was never there. You know, his vision maybe was like when I was doing real estate. That was probably the cap. You know what I'm saying? Where his vision was at. It was like, you know, like the random 10 to 30K a month. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's where his vision was at. The new vision to me is like $1 million a month. Why not?
Yeah.
Cause I be following these dudes that be talking about it, and they regular. So it's like, and then like that's small too. Once you realize it.
You know what? I'm gonna be transparent and say something. That's so crazy for you to say because I have a personal goal, right? I've never made $1 million a year. The most I ever made a year is $800K, right? I want to make $1 million a year, and I see these, and I have like I think a mental block.
Yeah,
that doesn't allow doesn't allow me like to take a step to do that.
Yeah,
and also that's like, how dare you want to do that when you already do better than most people?
That's your shadow self.
Exactly. So it's like
you got to kill him off.
It's like a thing. It's like am I being greedy because I want it? But then at the same time,
we know that water's infinite. We know that oxygen is infinite. So it's that former self of you that is scared. And if that's what he's telling you is he's worried about what other people think. But that version of you that wants to do that aspires to do that million, it's already done. You just gotta ascend to it. That's gonna allow you to help more people. There's a $200,000 gap that of people you're not helping, that he's trying to prevent you from helping.
And I feel like once I go over that line, then then I, won't have any fear of doing I don't know. It's like, because I'm hearing everything you're saying. I'm like, I can, if I meet the gap with all of those things, what are the things I can do with that? And that's like running through my head now. And that's crazy. It's just crazy. Yeah, like you're blowing our mind.
Yeah.
Like what? And everybody who's watching, y'all can't see Rich behind the camera. Rich a lot of times be like falling asleep during episodes and stuff like that.
He's alert.
Yeah, he's up.
He be on the phone texting girls and stuff. He be doing all that stuff.
Hey, listen.
He's tapped in.
He don't even have his phone in his hand. His phone's not even in his hand. That's you don't even know where it is. That's never happened.
Yeah.
It doesn't
The
happen.
whole time he thinking like, yo, that makes sense. He was hearing the fun of piece like, oh yeah, word. Now I know he about to text me like 50 messages about like, yo, we need to do this, we need to do this. He about to be blowing up my phone. Like, and then me and you was making eye contact too. Like, nah, like this is we make every episode for the audience, but like
this was for us.
This is for us.
It's a masterclass for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely.
Yeah.
This like now you're just dropping gem after gem after gem. Like I ain't even gonna stop you. You keep talking.
Yeah, I'm like, what else can you tell us?
I told you I just want to help somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the campaign I'm on right now is speak more, make more. So I basically did like a podcaster can do this, or any professional entrepreneur, or someone that just kind of want to make some digital money. So basically what it is you're gonna take whatever you're good at. So, you explained that you're good at helping people with content, make more engaging content. So we're going to take that skill set, right? We're going to take that skill set, we're going to turn that into a signature talk, right? So you can present that information. We're going to take that signature talk and we're going to turn that into a profitable presentation. We already talked about your digital products. So now you got digital products, you got a signature talk, you got a profitable presentation. We're going to take that profitable presentation and we're going to give that weekly into like a masterclass. Now you created a cash day around the information that you have, that you're an expert in. And then every time you run that masterclass weekly, you should be closing in that virtual room. So it should create a cash day for you. So I'm teaching people how they can create that on the current campaign that I'm on. So if y'all are watching this, there should be a link below, speakmoremakeMoreMasterclass.com. Well, yeah, speakmoremakeMoreMasterclass.com. So it's easy for individuals to take their information and package it up digitally in those 4 frames, and then you'll create a day to be able to generate revenue. And since you're good at the engagement part and the content part, you'll drive people to that class. So they show up and you blow their mind with your information that you have, and then you give your offer at the end, which will be
$107.77.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, yes and no. We would use that. We would downsell that because that would be like your lower ticket, and we would sell your $997 or your $1497.
A coaching program.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not your high level, but that midi.
Gotcha.
Right. You closed 10 at $997. That's 10 bands. It took you maybe 2 hours to do your class. You do that 4 times a week, it's 40,000. I don't know.
That makes sense.
I'm just trying to.
No, that makes sense.
Like,
you had that right here.
Gave me a crazy idea because I have
a
stupid amount of products already. Anyway, so a lot of them that are just sitting there.
Yeah.
So yeah, we need to. We gotta talk. Me and Rich are gonna sit down and we're gonna have a chat.
Oh, a chat. Okay. You already answered that.
But okay,
what y'all got for me?
So so let me ask you this, right? With the with how podcasting is going now, you talked about like, you know, where you see the market is going to almost $20 billion by like 2030.
Yeah. And that's not where I see it. That's what it says.
That's what it says. Exactly. So with that being the case, where do you because you also mentioned streaming, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the way I look at it with these new types of media, like podcasting, like streaming, right? And you see the type of deals these streamers are getting, et cetera. Like, where do you see the opportunity that exists for people to enable people to make this type of money? Because one of the big things that, you know, I don't know how much you've seen like about my platform and stuff. Number one thing I always talk to people about and I coach people on is about picks and shovels, right?
Mm-hmm.
That you want to be an enabler of people to make make money in a new emerging market, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're doing that right now. So I mean, I don't have to tell you that at all. But I mean, that's something that I talk to people about all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's one of my number one key things I speak about, right? So with this market emerging, right, where do you see the ability to enable individuals to make the money? Because off the top of my head, I'm thinking about people that are in real estate that could be setting up their real estate differently to be able to have these type of environments like we're sitting in right now and leverage that. Or people that are, you know, people started buying at one point in New York, people were buying homes to like rent them as rooms or whatever because it was more profitable.
Yeah.
Like, are you seeing like spaces where people can start to create that? You know, because to have a podcast, you don't have to have it on YouTube.
Yeah.
You don't have to have it on Podbean. You don't have to have this, but you get where I'm going with that? Like,
yeah. So a week ago,
mm-hmm.
I was in Shan's 5-day class, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was speaking,
mm-hmm.
right? And a couple of people, they coined my session the shovel sermon. That's what they coined it, right? Because I was talking about, as a podcaster, you can make money in the gaps, right? So you're kind of alluding to the gaps. So in the gaps, so I gave them an analogy. I was like, because Shan was talking about podcasting is a gold rush. So I want to stay on the same, you know, I want to be on brand. So I'm like, the last time that there was an actual gold rush, who made more money? The people selling the shovels or the people paying for gold? Everyone in chat's like, the people selling the shovels. So I'm like, all right, so y'all need to get your shovels and y'all need to find your gap. So the gaps are who can set up a production studio. The gaps are basically what I talked about with you, like the coaching and consulting. The gaps are AI, right? The gaps are, well, how do I set up a stream? The gaps are, I want to do a mobile podcast, right? So all these areas that are behind the scenes that help podcasters do what they need to do, right? Those are the gaps. So I said in the chat, well, what problems do you guys have? Oh, editing. Oh, start an editing agency. What issues y'all guys have? Well, you know what? We don't know what cameras to use. Oh, okay. So somebody needs to create podcast starter kits. Oh, I don't know what studio to shoot at, or just, you know, I need a studio shooter. Okay. Somebody made a studio. So every issue that someone has when it comes to the space, those are the gaps that can be solved with their shovels. Because there's money in the gaps. You don't necessarily have to be a profitable podcaster on the mic. I'm a profitable podcaster, and I'm gonna tell you right now, my show ain't the biggest show, but I found some gaps. You know what I'm saying? So I would say, in reference to what you're saying, is they need to pay attention to the gaps. So you know what? This is the thing. So the offer I was telling you yesterday, that we did when we brought in the 20K for the live podcast. I'm like, yo, fan bases, they took this amount of money from me. And then QuickBooks, because I wanted to run both transactions on QuickBooks, but QuickBooks don't take Amex right now. So I'm like, damn, QuickBooks took this amount of money from me. So they got paid, bro. I'm like, I need a payment processor. That's a gap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Helping podcasters set up media businesses. That's a gap.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I would find the gaps, because whether you want my product or not, whether you buy my product or not, whether you're selling the product or not, if they're using the same payment processor or any payment processor, they're getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know them, you know what I'm saying, at all. But they're getting paid. Now, this is the thing. So the reason why it raised my eyebrows is because on credit cards, you know, like, especially if I need to pay somebody off, like if I need to pay a show or you know, a service, I have to charge the 3% on top of, so they get their full boat. So on Fan Basis, they charge 5%. 5% is crazy. But the reason why they charge 5% is because they're on top of Stripe, but they still want to make their margin. So they charge 2% on top of Stripe's 3% plus their, I think it's 3% plus 30 cents or something.
Yeah, 2.9
Yeah,
plus 35 cents.
Right?
Yeah.
So now they're charging their 2% plus whatever on top of Stripes. So you're paying 5%. So I put the 3% on the 10K. It was like 10K, 300, right?
Mm-hmm.
I sent it over. The client, you know, he pays for it. I'm like, damn, I'm getting $97.50.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that math don't even make sense. So then I'm like, yo, they taking 5%. So I'm like, the gap is the payment processor.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I need.
Mm-hmm.
So whether you buy into a payment processor or I buy into a payment processor, you know, or I'm an affiliate of a payment processor, that's the money. You know how much money Stripe brings in?
It's crazy you say that, but I'll tell you why offline.
So, okay, so the thing is this. I think also as entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs of color, and you know, this might be controversial, but I'm just saying anyway. Sometimes female entrepreneurs, right? We only want to do things we're used to, or you only want to do things you're comfortable with. Like a lot of female entrepreneurs, my Uber driver, she's a female entrepreneur, she's a starter. You know, she tell me what she want to do. They're like, she wants to do nails, makeup. She wants to do, you know what I'm saying? Like, she wants to do all these things that are necessary. I mean, I'm not saying they're not also multi-million or billion-dollar industries, but like, there is a ceiling in the way that you want to do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or you want to sell these low products. So certain spaces has a cap. And then also, you know, us entrepreneurs of color, we want to do regular shit. Like, oh yeah, I want to launch this clothing company. I had a clothing company.
Mm-hmm.
I know what it takes. But if you're starting a clothing company, generally speaking, it's gonna have a gap. I mean, it's gonna have a ceiling. Or you know what, I wanna do, you know, I'm trying to think, something else I did. I had a basketball league. But it's like, we want to do these things that it's a lot. We got to fight to get the money. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, bro, if you got a payment processor or you do Uber or you do, you know, Lyft or Airbnb, it's the same amount of energy, arguably less. You get paid way more money and there's no real ceiling, right? Or like Reginald Lewis, who there's a book called Why White People Have All the Fun. He talks about M&A. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I got this new strategy that I'm going to just give y'all, I haven't done it. I'm going to just be transparent. I haven't done it, but it just makes sense to me. So maybe y'all listen to it, y'all do it before me, but I'm doing it in real time. You set up your podcast as a media business. You go out and get your funding. Boom. Now I got 6+ figures of funding, and I got money with these couple of banks. I got liquidity. I got capitalization, right? Now, I'm going to now go deploy that capital and buy businesses. So now my media business owns a business that's already cash flowing. That's going to pay back my loan. And guess what? Now my media business can go out and buy more businesses. Why would I not do that? Now your media business, your podcast is a holding company for these other businesses that are bringing in cash flow and use other people's money. And it's because you leverage your podcast as a media business. So I'm in the process of doing my first one now. But to me, that just makes sense. Right? So Reginald Lewis was one of the first Black billionaires, right? And he became a Black billionaire through leveraged buyouts, which is a strategy with mergers and acquisitions. It's actually a really good book. I think every Black person should read it. But I think we just have to open our minds up on the possibilities. That's why you need mentorship. That's why you need coaching. That's why you need reading. That's why you need accountability. That's why you need to be exposed to different things. I remember when I was in Boston and they were building up this area called the Seaport. It's popping right now, right? And I remember building up, and I was in real estate. So I'm like, all right, let me check out these, let me see what they got in these residential buildings. I was like, who's paying $4 to live, you know what I'm saying, $3,500 to live over here? But now, I'm paying over $4,000 to live in a spot in Miami. And that's regular. So what I'm saying is, like, your uncomfortable needs to be your new regular so you can ascend. But if you still think things is expensive, you're never going to go to the next level because you think that you're losing something, or like, oh, why would I pay for that?
Mm-hmm.
But the same person wants to go out and spend the XYZ on a bag. You know what I'm saying? You want to get things that you feel like are valuable, but you want to be cheap on yourself. How does shit? That don't work.
Yeah,
at all.
That doesn't work.
That's your previous identity that you need to kill off. You know what I'm saying? You can't have both.
Bag them.
Yeah, body bag them for real. But like, even our strategy I just told you, it starts from having a show. You know what I'm saying? That's properly structured and turned into a media business, not just a podcast that you do casually, occasionally, sometimes as a hobby or as a side hustle. You know what I'm saying? Like, because where's the money at?
Mm-hmm.
In doing it that way. But you find the gaps. Like, a gap could be, okay, cool. Let's say every piece of equipment we see here, let's say they all got affiliate products. So a gap is your podcast can be an affiliate for all these products. Today's episode is brought to you by these LED lights. Boom, link in the bio, lights. Next episode could be sponsored by the cameras. Boom. Which one's going crazy? Every show can have its own affiliate partner or all of the affiliate partners. It's free money.
Yeah.
Find an insurance agent. You know what I'm saying?
No, we got one.
Yeah, okay, cool. What are they selling? Insurance? Okay, cool. Listen, you got an affiliate, bro. You got a referral program? All right, cool. This is what we're going to do. We can do an interview with you, and then every single person that comes from the pod that wants to, you know, or that needs insurance, you're going to break us off 10%.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And if it works, we're going to put you in other episodes.
Run the play.
You know what I'm saying? Boom. We're going to shoot a commercial, drop that commercial as a mid-roll. Find somebody that's payroll, ADP. Last year, they was paying out $800 for every person, every small business that got payroll. And they would deploy it into $10,000 chunks. So you would get 11 people signing for payroll, then they would just send out 10K. Then another 11 people send out 10K. Guess who need payroll? Small business owners. Even if it's just the business owner themselves, they gonna need payroll, let alone have employees.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that's a gap. Then another gap is, what if you just got hella affiliates and then you say, yo, podcast people, we got affiliate partners, bro, for y'all. This is the price. And now they got 20 affiliates or 30 affiliates that they can just reach out to because you already did the work for them.
Mm-hmm.
Because they lazy. They ain't going to do it. They watching this. They ain't searching no companies. You know what I'm saying?
But if it was a link.
Y'all ain't going to JV Zoo. Y'all ain't going to ClickBank. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't going to impact.com. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not going to Amazon, which is no one affiliate. Everyone, like literally, if you shop on Amazon tomorrow and I give you my link, I'm going to make money off your purchase because you got through Amazon through my link. So we should just be trading Amazon links instead of just going to Amazon directly.
Oh, I do. I share it.
See, there you go. Y'all ain't going to do that. So I would find a gap. You're going to make more money in the gaps than you're going to make doing the show. But you can, the ill thing is you can make money doing both.
Right. Why not?
Yeah, you can have a show, bring people on the show. They can get paid. You can get paid. You can have your affiliates. You can have a sponsor. You can have a brand deal. You know what I'm saying? You can do your pod closing. You know what I'm saying? And you can still, buy a payroll company or whatever you're trying to do. You can technically do all of it. I'm not saying do all of it at once, but I'm saying these are all areas in which podcasters can make money without having a large YouTube following or crazy audio, downloads.
Let me ask you one more thing.
I'm just trying to help somebody.
Are you helping people?
That's the name of the episode.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to help somebody.
I'm just trying to help somebody.
$1 million podcast strategy.
Facts.
That's
millions.
But
or $1 billion podcast strategy.
Right, billion.
Yeah.
So my question is, like, because we talked a lot about, like, you know, what you do, et cetera, and like the strategies that you have. You know, every single business has like an ideal customer, like an avatar that they're looking for. Like, for my business, since I do like the white label, you know, programming, et cetera. So I'm looking for anybody that has like a following that following would benefit from, you know, technical help with stuff, right? So whether that's web development, whether they have an offer that they need web development, whether they have an offer that they're going to need, you know, application development, payment processing, all that type of stuff like that. Like my team takes care of all that stuff, right? So that's like who I'm looking for. So anybody that has like a following, right? That, and they have a list, like, you know, we have, you know, I've talked about that plenty of times. I'm going to say it again now, right? But for you, who is your ideal person you're looking for? Who's your avatar? Like, who's the perfect person in the audience right now that would be perfect for you and should come to you?
So when it comes to guesting, it needs to be someone that is either a 6 or 7 figure earner. I would say minimum making about $20K a month, that understands that they need to invest in themselves. So they have some capital available to do so they can invest in their marketing and branding. And they should either be in a financial space or financial adjacent. And the reason why I say this is because I spoke to a lot of people. Those are typically the people that I don't have to convince the importance of exposure because they deal with people. And they know the more people that I deal with or talk to that I'm supposed to, I'm going to sell more. You know what I'm saying? So when I say financial adjacent, we're talking about credit, funding, insurance, real estate investing, wholesaling, stocks, crypto, you know, hedge funds, anything that's going to deal with money or be adjacent to that financial space. Because those people understand. This is not for an author. You know what I'm saying? This is not for a speaker, unless that speaker actually has a program. You know what I'm saying? This is not for no one that does not have a call to action. Right? It's only for individuals that have a call to action, that understand the power of audience, that understands the power of getting in front of people, right? And can speak in front of a stage or a virtual stage. Right? And then on the coaching side, I actually paused coaching for a while because I was getting discouraged. I'm like, yo, y'all mother effers ain't getting it. Y'all are wasting my time because y'all coming up and y'all ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all the same thing, and I can't even tell y'all the next thing because y'all ain't do the previous thing. Right? So for coaching, it has to be I would say an entrepreneur or business owner who wants to launch a pod.
Okay.
This ain't for a current podcaster because I'm dragging them too much. You know what I'm saying? I got to get you believe what you don't believe because you think what I believe ain't it, when I'm really the one that's it. So I now have to reframe your whole mindset and dial you into a belief that you don't really trust. That's before you even do something. So that's a lot of work. So the coaching is for a business owner who wants to add a media component to their business to create more opportunities of building an audience and closing more deals. So that's who the coaching would be for. So now it's not so nuanced when I share some of the things I shared earlier. They're like, oh, they understand, right? So that's what it would be for on both sides.
Perfect. And any final things you want to say?
I got a question. So I was thinking about this too. And y'all let me know what y'all think. Okay. So I was thinking about taking the podcast, let's say coaching material and creating a curriculum around it and then get it into schools.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking about that.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. So y'all think it's a good idea?
I think that's an amazing idea.
Okay, cool.
You should have did that yesterday.
There you go. See what I'm talking about? Okay, $7. You know what I'm saying?
Snap.
Okay, $7. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's what? How much is it now?
Now it's gonna be 70.
Okay, I'm with that. I'm with that.
every clip is going up.
I think for the digital, it's a digital product. Is it a bundle?
No, it's just an ebook about monetizing on social media.
All right, so boom. All right, so you should do this. Summarize the ebook into a video, and then make it a bundle, and then sell it for $67 or $77. Because now with a video component, it becomes more valuable. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing you could do just to add a little extra, whatever the to-dos are, make it like a digital workbook, even if they don't use the workbook. So now you got the ebook, you got the workbook, and you got the course, the mini course. Mm-hmm. And now it's $77 for real. Cause just with the book, they'll be like, even though it's valuable, they'll be like, But if you add in these two extra components, it's a no-brainer at that price point. Yeah.
You know what? Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we can make a little website, have modules.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
3, 4, 5.
Okay.
100%. Yeah. You know.
We can do that tomorrow. I'm a dead ass. We legit do that tomorrow.
Yeah. And you don't need the videos don't need to be hella like deep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just summarize the information in videos.
Mm-hmm.
So I can follow it quick. Because people's attention spans is,
Yeah.
So as a mini course, if I can get through the whole course in like 10 minutes, maybe 20 minutes max, you know what I'm saying, then that's cool. It's like an accessory to the ebook. Mm-hmm. Like you still like all the meat and potatoes in here.
Yeah.
But if y'all want to go a little faster, or if you want, just another fixing of the information, then you can watch the mini course or go through the mini course. But the meat and potatoes is here.
He ate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited.
You know what I'm saying?
Millionaire coming soon.
I mean, it's already written.
Time just hasn't caught up yet, right?
Yeah, just need the time.
I keep telling her I might have her hire me.
There you go. Yeah. There you go.
That's what's up.
What else we got?
Man, I don't know. You blew my brain. I have to process everything.
You didn't think this was how it was going to go down.
I thought it was gonna be good. I didn't think it was gonna go down
like that.
What I'm gonna have to do is now every single guest that comes on my podcast, I'm gonna say, look, required before you come on, you got to watch this episode.
Yes,
that's what I'm gonna do.
They gotta come snapping. Now, earlier I said every guest needs to make sure they got 4 or 6 things they can just pop off. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Now I was showing y'all, but I was doing it in real time. Mm-hmm. You gotta be able to snap your material. If you can't snap your material, why are you going on the show?
Mm-hmm.
Like anything you would have asked me, I'm ready for it. Because I'm deep in my material. And then there's certain things I'm like, okay, cool. I need to say this, I need to say this, I need to say this. If she would have said that, I would have said this. If he would have said that, I'm going to say that. Or regardless, I'm making sure I'm saying that. Like you have to make sure that, because it's a pod, but you're navigating it.
The crazy thing is like out of everything you said, there's only like about 2 things I was like, oh, I knew that. Because that's something I do know. When I go on shows, I know exactly couple things I want to say.
Yeah, you got to
drop
snap.
my thesis, my 2032 thesis. Want to drop my the white label. I want to talk about the emerging technology and how it's changing, and I want to talk about education.
Yeah.
Right, because that's what I do. So I have that in my mind. I just never heard anybody tell it to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like in structure it.
Yeah. So with intention, you knew that you was doing that,
mm-hmm.
and that's very important. A lot of people don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
They come on like, yeah, so I'm from small town, and bro, I don't care. How you helping me?
I've seen that though.
You know what I'm saying?
I've been on stage with people, they're like, this is your chance to like say your thing, and they don't got nothing to say.
Mm-hmm.
It happens all the time. I'm like, that's perfect. This is gonna be more. This is you're here, but it's my stage now.
100%.
You're not saying nothing.
Exactly. So like this whole episode, I didn't talk about where I'm from. I didn't talk about nothing about me. It's not because it's not important, but it's not important to y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So now y'all be like, oh, okay, I'm curious. Let me go to the gram. Let me check this out. Let me check that out. Okay, cool. I put in enough value that now they care.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But if you like, yeah, so listen, y'all. This is where I'm from. Y'all got to understand that this is, I don't care, bro. You lost me. You know what I'm saying? How are you helping me?
Mm-hmm.
You're selfish because I only got 10 minutes, 20 minutes. You ain't even get into it. The title said this. I'm 4 minutes in and you wasted my time. And that's the most valuable thing I got.
No, for real. 10 minutes in and we still at how you were born.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
It's like, yeah. No, listen,
that's happened before.
It was rough. It was rough.
Yeah. That's why I gotta double tap, speed it up.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Man, they call me Mr. CTO. I'm the one that you should call when you're learning code. Success follow me around if you didn't know. From the bottom, so the top, the only way to go. Yeah, man, they call me Mr. CTO. I'm the one that you should call when you're learning code. Success follow me around if you didn't know. From the bottom, so the top, the only way to go. Got in this game from a humble beginning, but now we winning. Came up.